Speeding.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Goldberg, filmmaker, I believe producer as well, right? Why do you do what you do? Why do you do filmmaking?
I do what I do to tell stories. I do what I do to...
You can tell stories at the bad time to your brothers and sisters. Why do you do it as a filmmaker?
I do it as a filmmaker to show them the stories and not just tell them the stories, actually. You know, there's my brother or sister going to the bathroom, like, sure, I could tell a story about my sister taking a massive dump, but I could also film it in a way that's artful and kind of get the whole scope of the dump, you know, like film around it and do great things with it and then show people what it was like to go through that situation. So there's a difference between telling a story and showing someone a story, and that's where I think filmmaking kind of wraps that all into one.
Wow, you would love what's coming next. I saw just a new movie and it has scent. So they have big fans.
Yeah.
And so if you are at the ocean, you would feel the breeze, and let's say you go to the horse riding place, you would smell the horses and so all those. So it's another dimension for you to show when you show the dope or
smell. It's a sense. I think the senses are
that improves the theater big time. I don't know if everybody wants to smell exactly what's on screen.
I think everyone secretly does.
But it's I think it's what's the future for you? What do you think for the filmmaking?
What is the future of filmmaking? Now that there's...
Are we gonna shoot everything on phone in the future?
Right.
Is it like we're gonna have like fancy red dragon cameras? Like what?
Listen,
what's coming?
I've been in film school and I have seen kids that are like, oh, I have to have this big red fancy camera. I have to have this and this and this. But some of my best videos I have shot on my iPhone in slow motion, because slow motion on the iPhone gives that... Am I not supposed to promote the iPhone? Like, I'm going to do it anyway. Slow motion on the iPhone gives that really cinematic result, so that like... And you can put that in a video as well, and then you're not handling huge bundles of footage. So you can kind of just make that video and put it out there in the universe, and it's made and it's there, and it's still beautiful, because filmmaking isn't about just that, you know, professional like look. Like, it's just about telling the story, no matter what kind of camera you're using.
How do you find the money for the filmmaking?
Daddy's pocket. I mean, like, I'm trying to wean off of Daddy's pocket, you know, and it's hard as a college kid that wants to make movies. Like, I'm gonna fund myself for dinner. I'm gonna get, you know, dinner one night, but I also want like a huge camera to produce a film the next day. It's not easy, but if you put your eggs in a basket that you're passionate about, you say, I want that basket, then you can make sacrifices in your life for what you want. So, you know, I might not go to the store and get a nice platter of sushi, but I'll buy myself a camera.
I understand you like to tell stories, but there are writers, there are other ways to like visual stories. Why this? Why not become a doctor, a lawyer? Why this competitive industry?
Ever since I was 10 years old, I picked up a camera and I shot my friends for fun. Like, that's what we did after school. Why this? Because I've always been passionate about it, you know? I've always thought you following your heart is not a crime. It's not a bad thing.
Have you ever modeled?
Have I ever modeled?
Yes.
Occasionally I model, yeah, but I mean, not really, no. I'm not a model.
Do you see if being a model, does it help you to be a filmmaker? If you've been in front of lens and behind the lens, would that make a difference? Or just looking at the perspective as a filmmaker?
You're talking about spectacle. Now, spectacle, you can be the spectacle, or you can be the observer, or even the creator. And when you're in front of the camera, you're a spectacle, and I like kind of creating that spectacle rather than being the spectacle, although right now I am the spectacle. And I'm A-okay with it. So, that's good.
Maddie, being a filmmaker and being a female at the same time, what are the challenges there? Is that an advantage or it's a disadvantage?
It depends on the way you look at it. How I look at it, it's a male-driven industry, and you can either let that tear you down and let that barricade you from the real filmmaking world.
But
and
you
from
said right now, is it changing? It's going to be a female industry in 5-10 years.
It's definitely never going to be a female industry in any sense of the word ever, I don't think. But There
Why?
will be more why? Because this industry is run by men, and that's how it's been for years. But you can use male privilege.
Nothing lasts forever. I'm Jewish, and I know,
High five, me too.
And things, changing. So it's not always one way. It used to be the money being run by a male guy, and now the most of the funds are controlled by female. So it could be also in the film industry. You can actually look at the way you portrayed, and the female part of you might actually get more viewers on that side.
Right. I was when say I went to shoot a music video the other night and be in it rather than behind the camera, and like that, women are viewed in this industry as objects to look at.
So objectify.
We are objectified. I am essentially, like, whether I like to think it or not, being objectified right now. I am. And you can either accept that,
But
and
you're a strong American girl, woman. You're comfortable to, you have a word. You having your own films. It takes guts. So a lot of people don't have the guts to do what you do. Where it's come from?
they don't have the guts, or they've been told their whole life that is not an actual career path. If that's something they're passionate about, people that aren't really putting themselves out there and doing it right now, they have been told their whole life that there's no money in filmmaking, there's no money in photography. I know that those people out there have a burning passion to do it, and honestly, with the internet these days and with media, all you have to do is do it. Get out there. Like, I came here today, I just put myself here. Like, no one told me to.
Do you like this?
I love
space
it.
we're here?
Yeah, gorgeous, beautiful space. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Maggie Goldberg. What's your social media? What's your?
You can get me on Maddie Goldberg on Instagram.
Instagram
right
is
now.
the best place?
Maddie Goldberg. That's it.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Nice to thank you.